Well, my first question that we have right here is, how should a company proceed if the individual designated by the State Department in the Engel List is contesting his designation?
Explained during remarks, the Engel List is not per se a sanctions list such as the SDN, but it's big red flag that sanctions might be coming the way of an individual. Also, it reflects U.S. government concerns that that individual might be involved in acts of significant corruption. So, based on that, organizations considering transactions with these individuals should definitely assess they want to move forward based on their OFAC science, policies, and procedures. If this is something that is within the organization's risk appetite, there are remedial measures in place for assuming the risk, or they should pass on the opportunity. But in any event, action should at least trigger very enhanced diligence, something that you should likely consider reviewing with your consultant or counsel of preference, hopefully with Stan and me. It's very, very tricky, and if necessary, and this is something that U.S. agencies are doing more and more, you can reach out and seek guidance. It's better always to ask and reach out, communicate before engaging in this very risky transactions.
Thank you very much, Javier. And Stanley, any thoughts or comments?
Well, if I understood the question was, what if somebody's protesting their inclusion on the Engel List? Was that correct?
Correct.
Okay, so there's an old expression: "You're known by the company you keep," and it's really true. We had a case which actually I put through Javi's firm before he joined it. We had a client, and we still have the client, from Nicaragua, whose mother, when he was a baby, was involved with the Ortega government early on, and was involved with the Sandinista or the revolution in Nicaragua, and somehow still maintained that particular apparent philosophy, but had nothing to do with his company. But because his mother was on a list, he started to have problems with his banking in Nicaragua, and so we were able. But the blessing is that Javi's firm was able to help them to come off their banker's radar, so to speak, by getting a proper explanation and proper documentation as to why he wasn't in business with his mother and wasn't acting as a straw person for his mother, and how it was proven that he had very good financial records in this case, that she was never involved with him in business because she was still on a list. So, yeah, just be careful of who you associate with, and make sure that you know who you're associating with, and you know their background and the things in which they've been involved, because you can end up on a list inadvertently, and getting off that list isn't easy. I don't know exactly what that person was charged for the work because I never asked, although I could see it on the records if I wanted to look, but it doesn't matter. They got off that list with that bank, and they got off that radar because of the ability for the records to prove that that they weren't involved with as a straw person for somebody on a list, such as the Engel List or the Magnitsky list. So that's all I can tell you about that. I mean, it's really know who you're doing business with and know why you're on that list. That you should find out. Why are you being listed? I think it's very, very important. And a good law firm can find that out for you from the government. I don't think that it's a secret. Unless there's an active, ongoing criminal investigation of that person, I don't see that it's a secret.